Evening. I'm Jimmy James. You're watching Catch It Live First. As promised, we've got the qualifying for the Formula One over in Miami. This is the main qualifying for the main race tomorrow. We've already had the sprint qualifying last evening, and we had the sprint race earlier today, which was won by Max Verstappen. Surprise, surprise. But let's see how we go with the qualifying. We're giving it a chance to see if we can get some excitement in what was once a fantastic sport. In my view, no, it's lost its sparkle. It's lost its racing rawness. But you might think something differently. Let us know in the chat. Don't forget to give us a share, a like, a subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you can find out what we've got coming up. They're just getting ready to go in the Q1. So if you didn't know, I'm just going to tell you something about the snooker. I'm not going to tell you any results or anything like that, any scores in case you've recorded it. But something funny did just happen. There was a snooker played, and the shot to get out of it was a foul. But there was 6 or 7 reds got moved. So the referee was having a bit of a job putting the balls back in the correct position so the shot could be replayed. And someone in the audience shouted to him something like, "Come on, it's easy." Just having a bit of a joke. The referee turned round and said, "It's also easy watching from the car park." Right, miserable pig. It's like, and then somebody shouted out to him, "Just cheer up a bit, you know." It's like it was only a bit of a joke, but he didn't see the funny side of it, and threatened to have whoever made the joke put into the car park to watch. Not very sporting, is it? I think he's called Marcel. He reminds me of the guy called John Aitken from Married at First Sight over in Australia. But he didn't see the funny side of it. But anyway, we're not here to talk about snooker. We're here to talk about Formula One qualifying. So let's do that. Leave a comment in the chat. Let us know, please, what you are thinking. If you're watching it at home as well, if you're watching it at home, then you're probably slightly in front of me. So if you wanted to sync, there's currently on the clock 16 minutes and 10 seconds now. So if you want to sync up, otherwise I'm watching it somewhat behind you, which gives you an unfair advantage. A little bit of shenanigans going on in the pit lane. Be nice to have something more exciting going on the track. But so we're going to investigating after this session. Right, let's concentrate. Here we go. So there's 15 minutes left. Nobody's put a timed lap in yet. Just looking at the stream, everything's looking all right. Volume's looking all right. I'm ready for bed again. Over in the UK, it's nearly 9:05. So it looks like the first lap time going in will be from Logan Sargent. Or not, he's coming into the pit lane. Just about sums it up. We're on board with Hamilton. We've got a few times coming up on the board now. So in first place at the minute, we've got Hulkenberg with a 128.9. Ocon's just behind him with a 128.98. Magnussen in third with a 129 dead. Gasly's got a 129.1. Everybody else seems to be winding up for a fast lap. Albon's gone fifth with a 129, followed by Gasly and Zhou Guanyu. Russell's gone top. And the timings have disappeared. 13 minutes left in this session, just over. Sainz goes fastest now with a 128.1. Russell's 0.4 of a second slower. Alonso's in third. Ricciardo fourth. Hamilton fifth. But as we know, in this Q1 and then Q2, we're not bothered about who's the fastest at the minute. Hamilton's on his radio saying grip was very good. We're not bothered about the top, we're bothered about the bottom. Who's going to be in the drop zone? My money's on both the Williams. My money's on both of the Williams, and then who? Who's going to be the shock? Let's build the suspense. Could it be Max Verstappen? No, it couldn't be Max Verstappen. Eleven minutes, 35 seconds left. Not a lot happening at the minute. Good match in the rugby earlier on with Lee and Castleford. Verstappen. Oh, that didn't sound very good out of the pits. The clutch. Is he just doing this to make it more exciting? There always seems to be some little drama just before he pulls off about 30 seconds in front of everybody else. Let us know in the chat what you think. That's what it's all about. That's why we're watching the F1 qualifying. It's all about the chat. It's not about the action on track, that's for sure. Just over 10 minutes left now. In the elimination zone at the minute is Gasly, Zhou Guanyu, Verstappen, Bottas, and Sargent. Obviously, that's going to change. in about 60 seconds' time when Verstappen finishes this lap. I mean, is Max Verstappen good for Formula One? Let me know. What do you think? We've had this before. We had it with Michael Schumacher at one point. Was he good for Formula One? Well, was he a good driver? Is Max Verstappen a good driver? Hell yeah. But does it become because he's so much better than everybody else, and it's not just a car. I think we can establish and we can agree on that. Maybe you don't. Let me know. But does it kind of spoil the F1 show that you've got one driver who's so superior to everybody else? Verstappen's just gone top with a 128 dead. But we want that elimination zone. Currently, we've got Magnussen, Albon, Gasly, Zhou Guan Yu, and Sargent. Just showing Claire Williams on the TV. I bet her and her dad's obviously passed on now. He would be turning in his grave if he could see the state of the Williams and whereabouts they are. I mean, that's been some fall from grace that's just carried on over the years. I wonder what causes that. It can't just be investment. It's got to, is it brain drain? Have you lost your key engineers and what changes with the DNA of the company? Let me know what you think in the chat. 7 minutes gone. In the drop zone is Magnussen, Sonoda, Ocon, Albon, and you. Not you. That'd be Zhou Guan Yu. They're all out on the soft tyres. Norris is now in the drop zone by 5,000ths of a second, but no doubt that'll change. Tomorrow evening, we're going to cover the race. Hopefully, it will be quite an exciting one. Not holding my breath though. I mean, it used to be a spectacle, and no, it just isn't. It's just an expensive procession of cars, of race cars, with the odd overtake that's assisted by DRS because it can't be done organically. Mm. Max Verstappen's upset because there was another car on the circuit. No Sergeant's moaning about Sonoda because, we've got these other cars on the track. This is the drama. Nothing to do with racing, it's just trying to not run into each other with stolen cars. Harvey Pimlott says, "Come on, Rossi. Good to be back." We need Rossi in. I hope you've hit the like button, by the way. Give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That would make it interesting if we could get Valentino Rossi into an F1 car and a competitive F1 car. However, I wonder if there's a good chance of it when Liberty Media take over. Make it a little bit more exciting than this. 3 minutes 45 seconds left. Not bothered about who's the fastest at the minute. It's the elimination zone that counts, and it's currently Sargent, Gasly, Magnussen, Yu, and Albon. Albon's having a shocker this weekend. We need something to happen. There's just a big queue in the pit lane now. Oh, dear me. So, have we got any Plymouth Argyle fans out there who are celebrating this evening? Now Charles Leclerc's moaning that somebody else is in his way. That's all they seem to do is moan that people are in the way. It's the only way you get drama. Definitely need a glass of something to watch the F1 to make it a little bit more interesting. Temperature's 28 degrees on track. 1 minute 30 left. The elimination zone. Sargent, Gasly, Magnussen, Yu, Albon. Martin Brundle just said some of the top runners are not performing and they're under pressure. How to build suspense for a nothing burger. Hmm. 30 seconds to go. Currently in the drop zone by 2,000th of a second. Sargent, then it's Gasly, Magnussen, Zhou Guan Yu, and Albon. Oh, and if you're interested, Verstappen's just gone quicker again at the front with a 127.6. Perez is in second. But it's the elimination zone where the excitement is. Right. So time's up. So the lap you're on is your best and your last, hopefully. Well, that's a bit of a shocker. Albon's just gone up to 8th. Has he cut the corner again? So in the elimination zone now is Yuki Tsunoda, Danny Rick, Magnussen, Gasly, and Zhou Guan Yu. Well, Tsunoda's just popped up in 9th, so that dumps Bottas into the elimination zone. What's Danny Rick going to do? Nothing, because he's taking the flag. So the only person who's got a chance now of getting out is Bottas. And Gasly's on a lap still. So drivers at risk now are Sargent and Lance Stroll. One second, Ben, before you hit the question. There's an incident. Someone's crossed the line at pit exit. Zhou Guan Yu, he's in last position anyway, so we'll let him off that. So in the elimination zone and out of Q1, Bottas, Sargent, Ricardo, Magnussen, and Zhou Guan Yu. Right, we've got a few minutes now before Q2 starts. Hit me with it, Benjamin. Question for Jimmy. Are you naked under that robe? Two things. One, it's not a robe. It's an all-in-one thing, like a poncho that goes from your head to your feet. Secondly, I've got my socks on, and that's all. So does that count as being as God intended? Got my socks on, so I'll say no. I'll say semi-naked, that is. I hope you lads are having a good evening anyway. I hope you're not watching the F1 and you just come for the chat. If lads of your age are watching F1 qualifying on a Saturday evening, there's something wrong. Well done on winning your cup final last night as well, by the way. I believe it went to penalties. How did you play? Did you have a shocker or were you all right? I'm getting the hot tub later on. Be a late one, but could do with it for my back. Could feel a glass of whiskey and a hot tub. Harvey Pimlott says behave. Behave what? In respect to getting in the hot tub with a glass of whiskey. Or are you referring to Ben asking me if I am naked under the robe? That's what the chat's for, especially when the F1's on. Very little to say about that. And Rick was swearing a little bit there, but they bleeped it out. But now got Anthony Davidson on with some clips from Turn 8 of Danny Rick. We're waiting for Q2 to begin. So just listen to some music or go and make yourself a cup of tea. Play some lift music. It's just showing an aerial shot of Miami and the surrounding area. It's so flat. There's not much much deviation in the terrain. It's oh, I've just turned my channel over by mistake. Now the question is, do we turn it back? Yeah, we better have to, haven't we? We promised to give it a go. For all the F1 fans out there, Ben says you and TP treated yourself to Chinese or anything. No, Frankie James is out tonight on a hen night. So I'm here all on my lonesome, apart from you guys in the chat, and obviously got my trusty little Jack Russell Henry over there. He's standing guard at the window, waiting for an ant to appear on the drive so he can bark. And for my tea, Chinese. No, I didn't have Chinese for my tea. Do you know what I had for my tea? Just what I fancied. A cheese sandwich with a Pringle, followed by an Onken strawberry yoghurt. Just what I fancied. I had a big breakfast. I had a full English breakfast earlier on, so I've got to say I was been a little bit full all day. So a cheese sandwich just hit the spot. Trying to lose a bit of weight as well, you know what it's like. Well, you won't, you're still young lads, but as you get older, it starts getting a little bit more difficult. Q2's just starting. We've got 13 minutes left. Cars are coming out. No doubt they'll all be queuing up in the pit lane again. Ben says you can't beat a full English. See, a full English is good, but can it not be beat? What about a steak cooked to perfection with mushrooms and salad and proper chips? None of this oven chips, all that. I mean proper chips. Or fries, depending which country you're coming from. Got to remember, we're global here at Catch It Live First. So yeah, if you could only have one meal and it had to be the same meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Let me know in the chat. Would it be a full English? Would it be a steak with salad and chips? Would it be a pizza? Would it be a doner kebab with salad on a bed of garlic bread with cheese? Not in a doner, not in a pita bread. On a garlic bread with cheese, with doner kebab and salad, with a little bit of chili sauce, only a little bit, because otherwise it's too hot, and a garlic mayonnaise. In case anyone's interested, by the way, there's 10 minutes and 40 seconds left of Q2. Ben says, mine would be nuggets from McDonald's with ketchup. It's like chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets. For every meal, forever. That's just like one item, though, isn't it? Just chicken nuggets every meal. Whereas at least if you have, say, a full English, you've got eggs, you've got sausages, you've got bacon, you've got tomatoes, you've got hash brown, you've got beans, you've got toast, you've got a variety. Chicken nuggets for every meal. You'd be constipated within a week. 9 minutes, 40 seconds left of Q2. Once again, we're not really bothered about who's going fastest at this rate. It's just who's going to be in the elimination zone. My money would be on, I wouldn't like to say, Albon's peaked, Annie, there. Good effort, though, I've got to say. Alonso's been inconsistent. Hulkenberg's been on form with his new contract in his pocket for next year. Max Verstappen's gone fastest with a 127.9. Norris has just beat him with a 127.8. What are you lads watching, by the way? Are you in the boozer? Russell moves up into 6th. Charles Leclerc has chocolate E to his friends. He's gone top with a 127.5. Oscar Piastri's in 2nd. Norris is in 3rd. Sainz is 4th. Verstappen 5th. Tsunoda 6th. Perez 7th. Russell 8th. Hamilton 9th. Stroll 10th. All the cars currently in the drop zone have no time, although that's just changed with Alonso. He's 1.2 off. It's a horrible run. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left. Currently in the drop zone is Hamilton, Stroll. That's just changed again. Yellow flag in sector 3. In the drop zone now is Ocon, Hamilton, Stroll, Alonso, and Albon. No time yet by Albon. Ben says, what would win in a fight? A gorilla versus 50 unarmed midget. But it's in gorilla territory the midgets can use sticks. Right, see, this is where it gets tricky because you would straight away you would think the gorilla would win. Them silverbacks, massive strength that they've got, incredible. Midgets, can you call them midgets now, or are they dwarfs? Or what have you got to call them now? Little people of restricted height or something. Even though they don't mind being called midgets, so I believe. By the by, let's think about this logically. What if the 50 unarmed midgets? Well, hang on. Are they unarmed or are they using sticks? Because that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. We need to have a think about this. See, they all lined up. One big swipe by a silverback gorilla. He'd wipe 2 or 3 of them out straight away. But are they allowed to sharpen the sticks and use them as spears? Because 50 spears, 50 spears would take some surviving, wouldn't it? Or what they could do is put the sticks in the ground with a sharp point, cover it with camouflage and that, send the weediest little midget out at the front like he was injured, and he could then be giving it large to the silverback, giving him really, really annoying him. So he turns with temper and chases him, runs into the trap and falls on the sticks, and a bit like the Vietnamese did in the Vietnam War, where they'd have all the punji sticks that you'd fall into. They used to cover them in shit, didn't they? So you got infected and what have you. So it's not as straightforward as what you think, Ben. I think with a bit of thought and a bit of leadership for the midgets, they could take the gorilla out. So I'm going team midget with the right management. Right, 4 minutes left. Q2 currently in the elimination zone. Ocon, Hamilton, yes. Stroll, Alonso, and Albon. Gasly's on the cusp. Fastest time, not really bothered about, but just for the bit of housekeeping, is Leclerc on a 127.5. Second is Piastri. Third is Norris. Sainz is in fifth. Sainz is in fourth. Verstappen's in fifth. 0.4 of a second off, so he's not bothered as he's playing games, making it a bit more interesting. So 3 minutes to go, just over. They're all messing about in the pit lane again, all queuing up, trying to get a space before they even get out on the circuit. It's going to become an issue, this, because somebody at some point is going to want to get on with it because there's not going to be enough time to get the lap in, and they're going to have to start overtaking each other in the pit lane. This will get stopped soon. Ben says, are you a Lewis Hamilton fan? Well, it's a bit like you're a fan of food, aren't you? Until you get fat. And then you look back and you think, yeah, I've overdone it there. I shouldn't have maybe eaten as much as I have done, although I had a great time. And it was the same with supporting Lewis Hamilton. I used to support him because he was a Brit. I used to support Lewis Hamilton, and then you get them blinkers on where deep down You know he's a bit of an arsehole, but you forgive him because you support him, and he's a fellow countryman, so you forgive him a lot of the stuff. But then he just started with all this political stuff and that, and a lot of him I didn't agree with him, and he ended up getting on my tits so much that now I can't abide him. So to answer your question, no, I'm not a Lewis Hamilton fan. And the good thing is, I don't need to be. I'm a George Russell fan now, or a Lando Norris fan, or Albon. It's not like we haven't got any competition now for who we can support. So yeah, I think my favourite out of all of these guys is George Russell, I would say, followed by Lando Norris and Albon in that order. 40 seconds to go. Everybody's got one more lap to go. Currently in the elimination zone is Ocon, Hamilton, Stroll, Alonso, and Albon. Fastest is Leclerc still. Everybody's going again. Thanks for your questions in the chat, by the way. It's passing the time, which currently with the F1 is well needed. We need to go back to some proper circuits as well. Is Turkey back on the agenda? That was a great circuit. You had I always remember you went uphill and then you had was it three left-handers, one after the other? And you weren't slowing down in pace on them either. Time is up. So what you've run. This is your lap for Q2 anyway. So Leclerc, Hamilton, Piastri, Sainz, and Russell, they've all taken the flag. Russell's in 8th, so he's potentially in danger. On the cusp is Hulkenberg. Ocon stays 13th, so he's out. Albon's crossing the line now, and he's moved up one place to 14th, but he is out. So it looks like that's your lot. Out in the elimination zone and out of Q2, Stroll, Gasly, Ocon, Albon. Alonso's still in the pit, so I don't know what's gone on there. He's had a bit of a shocker. So we've got a few minutes now before Q3. This is where we'll be looking at the fastest time. Obviously, there's no elimination zone. It's just who's got pole and the front row. Ben says, one more question. How much money would you have to be paid to suck another man's... Can't see what that says. To suck another man's penis, he has to finish in your mouth. It's up to you if you spit or swallow. Well, a couple of questions before I answer that, Ben. Are you talking on behalf of a friend, or have you suddenly got some money and you're thinking you might have enough to qualify? You know, and there's other issues that this brings up. You know, is it going to be in the paper? You know, the front page, and my husband sucked off another man for 50 quid. Is it going to be all? I'm not saying 50 quid is what I would, you know, take one for the team for. But are we talking? Are we talking it's well publicised and all that, or are we talking something where I've just got to live with the shame myself? You know, soon get over that. Don't worry. If the money's right, uh, bit of mouthwash, couple of pints. You've got to be more with these. It's like with the dwarf and the gorilla question. You've got to put the specifics into the question because it makes a big difference. If it's going to be global news and everybody's going to know, you're going to be known for the rest of your life as the bloke who can suck a golf ball through an hose pipe. The money's got to be right, hasn't it? Whereas like I say, if nobody knows, only yourself, then living with the shame, not got all of that. So we can reduce the fee. Definitely need more details before we answer. We've got time. We're in between. We're in between qualifying sessions. It's mad, isn't it, that you can fit a racetrack into the Miami Dolphins car park. My local news. Local news. Has there got to be proof, or could I do it, but have plausible deniability that it, put some doubt out there that it might just have been like an urban legend, or like the one that's come out about the stag do and the hen do, where they all went to Amsterdam. I don't know if you've heard that one, but apparently it is true. And this girl went to some kind of sex club. Don't know what it was, but by the by, they were all in there. They got like glory holes, and some dude put his todger through, and the bride to be ended up giving a blowjob to the guy who put his todger through the hole. And apparently, there was a button that if you both agreed, you could see the other person. So you could see the person getting a blowjob and the person giving a blowjob. So they both pressed the button, and when the privacy glass turned to, I don't know if it's opaque or whatever happens to it, but you can see both people. It was actually a dad. So it sounded like one of them urban legend things, but apparently it was true. It was over the internet. It split the family up, as it would. So yeah, so if it's you've got to be talking. I don't know. Let's not be too greedy. Let's say 50 grand. But if it was going global, obviously you'd want a lot more than that. But you could also have plausible deniability with that as well, because you'd be able to say, really, there's no way I would do it for 50,000, and you could also have, and there's no way that somebody would pay 50,000 for that to happen. So you'd have plausible deniability as well. I'd have to shave this off though. I mean, you won't want any residue, would you? Reminding you of the event. I mean, it's like the three prostitutes, all from the same family, 3 generations. The youngest daughter was complaining about blowjob. She said, "Cool, we only get £50 now for giving a blowjob." And her mum says, "Cool, we only used to get 25." And the grandma says, "Cool, we were just happy for a warm drink." So it just goes to show that's how times change. You know, the value of things changes over time with inflation. Right, Q3 is just starting, 11 minutes to go. I'm going to put my neck on the line here, and I'm going to go for a Max Verstappen pole position. Let me know who you think in the chat. Yeah, I'm guessing you're in the pub, Ben. 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Nobody's put a lap in yet. They're just doing the warm-up laps. Hamilton's first to start a flyer. And we just at Finn's got an Indian on order. Are we talking food? You've ordered an Indian takeaway. Russell's made a pig's ear of this lap. Sorry, Hamilton's made a pig's ear of this lap. He's got about 13 seconds left on this lap. Let's see where he puts it. I hope tomorrow's race is interesting. Otherwise, it's going to be a long hour and a half, approximately, whatever it is. Hamilton goes fastest with a 1:28.6. That's shocking. Hulkenberg, he's in second. Yeah, that's not. These lap times are not relevant at the minute. That's more like it. Right. Perez, he's just put in a 1:27.7. Russell's 3/10 down. Everything after that, forget it. They were just rubbish laps. I know where Finn lives, Ben. Uh, have you got a delivery out there? Verstappen goes fastest with a 1:27.2. Leclerc, he's a tenth and a half behind, followed by Sainz in third. Perez is half a second down. In the same car, as Verstappen. You're going to have to leave breadcrumbs for the delivery driver, Benjamin, to find his way. It's going to be one of them. Turn left at the dead badger in the road. Flashy Indian delivery right here. Do they indeed? That is a good Indian, I must say. Race control. Signs and Hulkenberg incident. Turn 17 impeding. Noted. The excitement. 6 minutes to go. Currently Verstappen in first, followed by Leclerc, Sainz, Piastri, Perez, Norris, Russell, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, and Tsunoda. I hope you lads have got plenty of work on next week. Keep busy. Keep the British economy going. Them bricks won't lay themselves. Four minutes, 40 seconds left. Everyone's in the pits getting a fresh set of boots on. They'll all be on the soft tyres. Norris did put his time in and on the medium though, so he was half a second off, so that's a good result. I don't know why he's done that though. Maybe just putting a banker in and then he's saving a set of softs for whatever reason. He might be going to go for a 3-stop in tomorrow's race. How radical would that be? Everyone's pretty much going to go for a one-stopper, either start on the hard, swap to the medium, or vice versa. I don't think the soft's going to be a race tyre at all. Although you never know. 3 minutes 40 left. Everybody's going to have one more attempt. Hulkenberg's mourning that the Ferrari was impeding. Hmm. Isaac Ash, do you think Ben takes it from behind? Isaac, They're dragging you down, mate. Don't stoop to their level. Always try and be a little bit better. Do you know what I mean? The honest answer to that is, are we talking from a female with a strap on? So we've got a bit of pegging going on. Or are we talking Ben getting it from some dude who's going to throw him about like a rag doll and proper let him have it? These questions, you're not giving me enough information. What I'll do? Do I think Ben would take it? If there was no money involved, or bloke, right? And there's no money involved. You see, automatically I would think, nah, Ben wouldn't do that. However, let's go through this scenario. If he was in Thailand and he'd had one or two falling down waters, and he got a little bit amorous with some lady, and then you get back to the room and suddenly they flop out meat and two veg, you know, is he going to be thinking, well, I'm here now, try anything once kind of thing, nobody's going to find out? I reckon he can go for that. Get the old prostate massaged with a purple-headed womb ferret. That'd sort you out, wouldn't it, pal? No one would know. But if we're talking about a relationship kind of thing, no, I don't think he'd be up for that. But then this is Ben. Depends what mood he's in when he wakes up. Right, back to the racing. Time's gone red, so whatever lap you're on, you're on. Verstappen's going to cross the line here. What's he going to put in? Yeah, Verstappen's not gone quicker. So Verstappen is currently on pole with a 127.2. Nobody seems to be going quicker. Let's have a look. Leclerc's coming across the line now. Yeah, nobody's going quicker. No. So currently we've got Verstappen on pole with a 127.2. Leclerc in second, a tenth off. Sainz in third, 2/10 off. Perez in fourth, misses out on third by 5 thousandths of a second. Norris is in fifth, Piastri in sixth, Russell seventh, Hamilton eighth, Hulkenberg ninth, Yuki Tsunoda in 10th. So that's your starting positions for tomorrow's race. Front row, Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz and Perez. I think the only hope for a half decent race tomorrow is going to be if Leclerc can beat Verstappen into turn one. They just Verstappen at the end of every session, they're doing that. That's 7 pole positions in a row, they've just said. Yeah, let's keep it going. He sounds totally uninterested. Don't blame him. It's almost a foregone conclusion. Right. On that note, we will do the race tomorrow evening, and hopefully it'll be an eventful one. I think what I'm going to do is get some little treats ready, something to see me through. I know I'm going to regret doing this, but let's see if it's what the public want. Thanks for your comments in the chat. Thanks for joining me. I'm Jimmy James. You've been watching Catch It Live First. Don't forget to hit the share button, like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, find out what we're following. We'll have some live Formula One racing for you tomorrow night, some watch-alongs. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy your Indian. Take care.